Have you ever come across this very word before? Cryptography. If this is your first time of seeing this word, I could maybe probably understand with you that maybe you will try to relate this word to the cryptocurrency space, which is maybe you could probably define that okay, this is the study of crypto or what have you. So yeah, I was once like this before. The very first time I saw this word cryptography, but in the cybersecurity space, this is something way different. In this video today, I'm going to share with you what is cryptography all about. We're going to just look at some key terms in cryptography. So consider subscribing if you have not subscribed, and also don't forget to like this video and share, and also drop a comment in the comment section. So to start off with, what is cryptography? So cryptography could be seen as the study of encryption principles. So there's this very word I mentioned here, encryption. So let's try to understand what is encryption all about. So encryption could be seen as the it's a process actually. Encryption is a process of scrambling data. It could be a text, it could be an information or a file. Now, by scrambling I mean like we are converting this very information to a non-readable format. That is a format that is not easy to understand. The format is hard to understand to a mere human being language. So yeah, so that's it about cryptography. So let's take this scenario of cryptography as well. So let's say you found yourself in the midst of people that speak English language. So, and lucky enough, you see a fellow person who happens to be from your tribal race, and you want to actually communicate with the person. That is a confidential sort of communication. Now, I believe what will come to your mind first is okay, let me use my local language and communicate, so that it is going to be hard for others to understand. So the same thing happens in the digital world as well. So when trying to pass an information or a data or a file to the other end, and maybe there is this chances that others can be able to read this format. So what will come to your mind is okay, let me apply some cryptographic scheme or try to encrypt this very file and then send it. So we can also define cryptography in this form of okay, it is the conversion of information, data or file from a plain text to a cipher text. So in this point, let us note this two words, plain text and cipher text. So what is a plain text all about? Now, plain text is actually, it's the plain text, okay, the usual way of writing. So let's take English language for example. English language is a plain text. For example, it is a plain text that anyone can understand and easy to read. So now, what is a cipher text now? Cipher text is now seen as that plain text that has been converted into a non-readable format. Now, most often, before converting something from a plain text to a cipher text, the sort of a cryptographic schemes or such as keys are always added in order to ensure that these are scrambled into that particular cipher text. So yeah, so that is the definition of cryptography. So when else you see this very word cryptography, like if it's going to relate to cybersecurity, just know that okay, it is just a study of cryptographic principles. So let's look at the types of cryptography. So we basically have two types of cryptography. We have the symmetric and asymmetric. So symmetric and asymmetric. So asymmetric is like the opposite of symmetric. So let's look at symmetric. Now, symmetric, what happens in symmetric is that the same key is used to encrypt and decrypt that very file or information. So that is, let's take in this scenario of a padlock, in which we have a padlock that we use the same key to lock it, and we also use the same key to unlock it. So most often it is very easy to unlock this sort of encryption, that is after they have been converted into a non-readable format. Hackers really actually know how they can do sort of this thing. So that is just one negative aspect of the asymmetric encryption of a thing. So the second stage of this cryptography, that is the types of cryptography or encryption, is known as asymmetric. So what happens in asymmetric is that we have two keys. So we have a key that is used to encrypt, and we also have a key that is used to decrypt. So encrypting is converting and decrypting is like reversing the process or unlocking what has been scrambled or converted. So yeah, at this stage we have two types of key, as I've mentioned. So we have what we call the public key and we have what we call the private key. So most often the public key is used to encrypt and then the private key is now used to decrypt. So that is just it. So at this stage of encryption or cryptography, we always have two people involved, that is the sender and the receiver. So I won't dive deep into this asymmetric process of how this thing works, but just know that we have two type of keys. So it is very good to always use asymmetric encryption to scramble data or convert data, because it's more like it's very hard for hacker to easily decrypt this kind of encryption. So yeah, so that's just it for the cryptography and the types of cryptography. So I'll wrap up this video with why do we need cryptography and why do we sort of study cryptography. So we need cryptography simply because we have to ensure confidentiality of our file or information. So confidentiality simply means it's all about prevention of unauthorized access to information or data by an unauthorized user or a particular system of a thing. So that is just it. So the primary reason why we need cryptography is just to ensure confidentiality, just as I've tried to explain in that scenario of communication in which the other person is going to use the local language to communicate, to ensure that this sensitive information, not anyone hear it. So yeah, so that's just it. So why we need to study, so that's just it of why we need to study cryptography. So cryptography is mostly mathematical and logical in cybersecurity. So I won't really bother you with that jargons of cryptography for now. So yeah, so I believe by now when you see this very particular word somewhere, you can say something that, oh, I know what cryptography is all about. So if you enjoy cybersecurity content like this, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also drop a comment as well. And yeah, what kind of video do you want me to make, or what kind of thing do you want me to explain for you in the concept of cybersecurity? Please drop them in the comment section. I'll be glad to help you out. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.